a new, exciting show. A show that deals with mothers and daughters. The name of the show is Ask Dr. Bessie. Dr. Bessie carries a mother and her daughter back in time. She's able to help them go back and find out what happened in the mother and daughter relationship. And once they discover what happened, then she's able to help them put together techniques that will help them to maintain this new relationship for years to come. There's no need to have a broken mother and daughter relationship once you've gone through the process. Now, how does she do that? She works with the mother and daughter. She helps them by helping them understand and becoming aware of the intra-conversation. That's right, I said the intra-conversation. That's that ongoing conversation in their head. Once they understand how that conversation works, then there's a new awareness, a new consciousness that they're dealing with. When you're going back in time, it brings up hidden secrets, things that you thought you'd forgotten about, things that you thought that just was going to be something that you carried to your grave, but you discovered that that's the main thing that is keeping you from having that loving, trusting, honest relationship with your mother or your daughter. So what I want to share with you today is that I'm going to introduce you to about 4 or 5 different mother and daughter situations. I just want you to understand what we do and how we do it. It's the reality of the intra-conversation that we deal with. I'll tell you about one young lady. She was molested at age 6, but she was afraid to tell her mother, and she was afraid to tell her father, because she knew her father would actually kill the person, because that particular person was very close to the family. She didn't tell her mother because she really didn't like her mother. So she had no connections with her mother. I want you to just turn to your mother and tell her, because when we talked, you said you had hidden secrets that you haven't told your mother, that you just want to get out. You want her to know. She wants to clear this up so the two of you can get on communicating, being able to talk. There should be no hidden secrets when we finish the day. All right? No hidden secrets.
Well, I have a lot of things to say, but to start off, one of the things that I wanted to tell you was that you or Poppy didn't know.
Look at her.
It's hard to.
Yeah, you got to.
But I was molested when I was 6 years old. I never told my parents, and they always used to ask me. I never told my mom, and I never felt the need to tell her because of what I had against her. I had a lot of hatred, towards my mom. It was so bad to the fact that the enemy will put thoughts in my head to kill her. And my mom's the type of person that she puts such a front. She won't tell. That's why I was shocked that she wanted to come here, because she will never tell anybody her feelings. I would talk to God. I need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And because my mom was like that, I became like that. I'm like, I have nobody to talk to.
Now, we're going to go into the life of another young lady. Now, this is a little different. We're talking about a mother with 2 daughters. A young lady with a husband that was in the highlight of his life. She lost her husband. The next week, she lost her father-in-law, her husband's father. And 2 months later, she discovered that she had cancer. And all of this with raising 2 teenage daughters. Listen to their story.
Now today what we're talking about a situation of how do I get through grieving over my husband, grieving over my father-in-law, and the most dangerous thing to a woman when we're talking about health, the fact that cancer tried to show up. Now Suzanne, I know when we met because of your mother. Your mother came to me and says, I need you to help my granddaughter. Now that's the way she came. She came for you, Danielle. I am the kind of doctor that goes in to the home. I go to the mother and daughter. Very good. I'm so proud. I really am. I really am. Aren't you proud, mother? Look at your mother. Isn't that nice? Because you come a long ways. A long way. Yeah, you're gonna make me cry. You know.
I was wondering why these tissues were here.
Yeah, we put the tissues here so we can all cry.
It's been a lot. I mean, you know, you could tell a child, you know, you need to just unwind and relax and let go and, you know, let God come in and, you know, different things like that. But sometimes they have to go through it and they have to experience certain things. And I do think that, you know, you look at the joy. What I look at is too, because a lot of times when a child, they don't see the whole picture as a parent. I do think that Dr. Bessie has showed us how to, you know, sit down and kind of, you know, take our time, figure out what the plan is. You know, if there is anger there, how can we, first of all, take a few minutes, take 5 minutes to, you know, if you are angry, to just cool down. And that's what really has helped. And that's something that Sydney has really enforced and Danielle has enforced. And we just take a few minutes, even how angry you are, and just kind of take those few minutes to just be quiet for a second and then come back and talk. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, you know, to talk for that 3 or 5 minutes, because whatever it is, you need to talk about it and not just go on and on and on, and then come back and see how you can solve the problem. And there's always going to be a solution to a problem. So those are 3 things that I really can tell you has helped us as a family.
And you all did the work.
The next story deals with a young lady that had no relationship with her mother for 40 years. She was taken from her mother at the age of 18 months. She never really had the opportunity to have a relationship with her mother because she was told things that she believed was the truth, to later find out, once she was challenged, that it was not the truth at all.
I met my mom when I was 13. When you haven't been in somebody's lives, how do you just come back? It's difficult to just try to pick up where you left off. I was 18 months when I was taken from my mom. So over the years when I met her when I was 13, it just didn't go well because I thought she should be a certain way. And so what do you say to each other when you're making each other feel bad all the time? So I met Dr. Fletcher, and Dr. Fletcher said, when the last time you saw your mom? I said, I haven't seen her in months, maybe a year, whatever. And she said, you can't tell me you're good with your mother and you haven't seen your mom and you've lived 15 minutes away from your mom. And for 2 years, I made it my business to go see my mom at least once a week. About a week ago, I lost my mom. So mothers, daughters, you don't know how long you have, and you don't know what it is to have a relationship with your mom. I suggest you get to it, because life has no guarantees. You only have right now. And if you miss this moment, if you walk out that door and God decides to take her, you'll be very sorry.